Hello everyone. Today I have brought two important formulas that we should know in Excel. If you also want to see any topic of your choice, then you can leave a comment under the video and also leave a message to me, and I'll be happy to present that topic to you. And yes, please do feel free to subscribe and share my videos so that this love can reach out to millions out there who wants to really seek the knowledge. Yep. Talking about the VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP formulas in Microsoft Excel, these are very important functions and formulas that one should know from a data analysis standpoint. And from a data analyst day-to-day job function standpoint, responsibility standpoint, it's very important that these formulas should be used. Especially when you are dealing with big data set and when you're creating dashboard reports, it's very important that these formulas that you have a good grip on these formulas basically. And so we are going to look at how to implement these two formulas, VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP formula. And then we are also going to see that what is the difference between the two formulas. And when we are going to hit these two perspective, I think that will bring a good clarity to you how to implement them when you see different data sets. And we'll go and see the use cases that I have prepared for you just in a moment. Yeah. So let me turn my screen and go to the data set that I have prepared for you. This is the customer data set. It's a random data set that I have prepared for you, and as you can see that the data in this data set is available in columns, right? In columns. So whenever data is available in columns, right, and you can also see the data is available vertically, right? So whenever data is available in columns and it's available obviously vertically, then we have to use VLOOKUP, right? Vertical lookup, right? That's what it stands for, right? So we're going to look at how we can implement the VLOOKUP formulas using this big data set that I have for you. And then we're also going to see the different perspective of the different perspective where we can use the HLOOKUP formula. So VLOOKUP formula is highly used in the industry. Many and most commonly you'll find data in the form of columns or presented to you vertically, right? So to just share how we can implement the formula, we'll just create a simple dashboard, small dashboard, where I can present to you. So I'll call this as report 1. Call this as report 1, and maybe I'll just take these KPIs, these columns as KPIs, so that we'll try to populate these KPIs, right? Implement the VLOOKUP formula for searching the customer ID and the company details and the country details for any customer that is here, right? First of all, we should have the customer, right? When someone is looking at this dashboard report, they should know what is the customer basically, right? So, and I should be able to get any of this customer in this cell, right? So I have to use a function where I can create this input, these customer names, as a list. So for doing that, I'll just select this cell and I'll go to the data label here, and I'm using Microsoft Excel 365 version. So you can find this data validation right here. You can have to click it here, and in the validation criteria you have to say allow it as list, and then you'll have to select the source, right? So the source is in column A, and I'll select the complete column and I'll say okay. So as soon as I'll say okay, you can see the list has started populating, right? So now I can select my customers based on the list, and I can select any of my customer, right? So the list will have all the values starting from the top to the bottom, Maria, right? Now we'll use the VLOOKUP formulas to actually populate the customer ID, company details, and country details for the customer that is here in column or cell H, right? Cell H4. So for doing that, let me show you how to implement this formula. We have to first use the formula. So I'll say is equal to VLOOKUP, right? So now the first thing the Excel is asking is about the VLOOKUP value. So I mean, in this case, as you can know that I'm looking for a specific customer, right? The specific customer name is Daniel, right? So where is my VLOOKUP value? The lookup value is actually here, right here, that I have, right? I'm looking for Daniel, right? So I'll select Daniel here. Then the next thing the Excel is asking this formula is a table array. So where is my table array? My table array is right here, right? This is my table array from column A to column D. That is my table array, as simple as that. So I hope you don't have any confusion regarding that. The next thing Excel is asking is the column index number. So now friends, we all have to there are two things that you have to understand. The lookup value, where you're looking for this Daniel, right? It has to always start from the leftmost side of your data, right? Leftmost side of your data, right? So as you can see, the lookup value, I'm looking for this lookup value at the leftmost side of my big data that you can see here, right? And the column index that we are looking for is is for the customer ID, because I am actually trying to find Daniel here, and I'm trying to populate what is the relevant customer ID for Daniel, right, in column B, right? So column B, always make sure that your lookup value will be the first column always, and then you will have to number them towards the right side. So as you can see, 1 2, so your column index number will be actually 2 and comma 0, and common 0, you can also use 0, or you can also use false, right? Because you want the exact value, right? So I'll use false, or instead of false you can also use 0, right? So if you see, instead of false, if I put 0, it will also give me the same number, right? So we can quickly have a check whether this this is right. So for this, I'll go and select Daniel here, and I'll see it doesn't give me 490. It does, right? So this is actually accurate. So in the same manner, I'll use VLOOKUP once more, and I'll try to get the company details. So that will be a practice for you. I'll go and select the VLOOKUP for Daniel, right? Then I will go and select the table array, which is the column from A to D. Column A being the lookup value column, right? And the next big thing will be the column index number. So column index number, like I told you, your lookup value will be the first column, right? So now when I look for company, so from here lookup value is 1 2 and 3. So my column index number is actually 3, and then I'll say I need the exact value, so I'll say false, and then I'll close the formula loop, and I'll get the company data. So this is rehired, company name is rehired. I'll use the same VLOOKUP formula, and I'll try to populate the country field for Daniel, and I'll say lookup value is Daniel, of course. Here I'll select the table array very quickly, and it's quite simple here. And then I'll go to the next value which the Excel is asking is the column index number. Column index number, like I've also told you, it's a refresher for you. The first column will start from the lookup value column, right? And then we'll count towards the right side to the field which we are actually trying to populate. So it will be 1 2 3 4. So we'll have to use 4 here. Then I'll simply say false, or I'll use 0 instead to populate the exact value, and let's close the formula. So as you can see, now based on the VLOOKUP formula, I'm able to get these many details. So now friends, I hope this is quite useful for you, because you will be able to populate the customer ID, company and country details for any of your customer that is here, using the list list function here and the VLOOKUP function. So I hope this brings you a required clarity why we are using VLOOKUP function here, because the data is available in columns and it is vertically listed, right? So now the next thing is, I'll show you what is HLOOKUP, right? So for HLOOKUP, friends, like I've told you, HLOOKUP stands for the horizontal lookup. So for that, you should have your data in the horizontal format. So how we can have the data in the horizontal format is in this way. I'll select this and I will select this transpose. Yeah, sorry. All. Yes. Okay, so as you can see, friends, now I have the data, the same data that I had here, which was vertically placed in the form of columns. Now the same data is available in the form of rows, right? So now my data is in the form of rows here, 4 rows, and the data is horizontally placed, right? So I can actually quickly give a good formatting to it. Yeah. So now we'll use the same thing. We'll make a same dashboard report so that I can show you how to implement the HLOOKUP formula right here. So I'll say report 2. I'll bring the customer, I'll bring the fields here as KPIs so that I can populate them, right? And I can give the same formatting. Yeah. And friends, like I told you, like we can bring the customer name here, customer name as a list here. So for doing that, I'll have to go to the data ribbon, go to the data validation option, select validation criteria as list, select the source, and always remember that you'll have to only select the the data, the entries. You should not select the headers, right? Field headers, like in this case, in the list area, right? And I'll say okay. I'll select the source and I'll say okay. And friends, as you can see, now I have the customer names in the form of list. So I hope this is easier for you to understand. This is the same example till now. I think this the way we did it here is the same. So I hope you understand that. Now the only difference here will be the way we populate the customer ID and company and country field. We'll be using the HLOOKUP formula. Like I told you, HLOOKUP formula stand for horizontal lookup, and the data we have is now in the horizontal format. So now what we have to do, we have to just use the HLOOKUP formula here. So for putting the HLOOKUP formula is this is the way. HLOOKUP is equal to HLOOKUP tab, and then it will ask for you the lookup value. The lookup value is right here, the customer name, right? So as I told you, in vertical lookup, the lookup value should be at the leftmost side of the big data that you have, right? But in the HLOOKUP, right, the lookup value should be at the topmost, not at the leftmost, but at the topmost of your data set, right? So I have the lookup value at the topmost, and then I'm also going to select the complete table array, right? I'm going to select the complete table array. And now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select the row index number. So the row index number is actually 2, right? Because the customer name being the first row, the second row will be the customer ID that we are trying to populate. So I'll say 2 here, and then I'm going to say whether I need a exact match or I need a approximate match, but I need an exact match, so I'll say false here and I'll say enter. So I hope you understand this. I can show you right here. Crystal, right? Crystal, the company ID is 4761. So I think this is correct, right? So once more, as a refresher, I'll show you how to put the HLOOKUP. HLOOKUP is equal to HLOOKUP. Say just press tab, and the Excel will start asking you the values that you need to enter right? So the lookup value is quite clear. It is the customer name. I need to select the the table, so I'll just select the complete table here. I've selected the complete table. It is this. Then I'll say the next, I'll ask Excel what is the next value, which is the row index number. So row index number, as I just mentioned to you, is from the topmost, right? Topmost you have the lookup value, right? So from the topmost, what is the ranking of the row that Excel has? So that is the index, right? Index number that Excel is asking. So right now we are populating company field, right? So from top 1 2 3, so we have to select actually 3 here. I hope you are I'm making it very easy for you. And we have to select false here and say enter. So as you can see, we have the company name as silver, right? The next thing is the country details that we have to populate. I'll select HLOOKUP again. I'll select the VLOOKUP, then I'll say comma, then I'll select the the complete table array. Then I will just mention, just go to the next one. I'll go to the next value by entering the comma, right? Now I have to select the row index number. So the row index number will be from the topmost row. So 1 2 3 4. I have to enter 4 here. Then I have to say false or 0 to get the exact match. And the country name is Switzerland. So now using this, I can select any of my I can select any of the customer, and I can get the it's kind of automation that we have done. So so that just selecting the customer name, we are able to get the customer ID, we are able to get the company name and the country name. So I hope this helps you to understand what is the difference between the VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. If you have any further questions or if there any query, please feel free to message me under the video. And please, if you like the video, for the matter, if you like the work that we are doing, please do share, subscribe, and please spread the word about this channel to your friends, so that the work that we are putting here, the effort that we are putting here is actually going through people, and they're able to get the same kind of knowledge that we are trying to put down in this video. So I hope you like this video. We will see you the next time in our session, Excel masterclass session. Thank you so much. Bye.